background is awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
Hey,
Yeah, you
yeah, I
got
got to get him a pair of pants.
you got Cactus Jack back there. You got Pentagon.
Pentagon, Steve McMichaels, Michael from the Chicago Bears, um, Black Dude, Brooklyn Brawler, Van Dam. This side got Tiger, uh, Ultimate Dragon, Pentagon, some clown
Oh, look at
dude,
that
Joey Janela.
Top Shelf
But
Wrestling fans. Welcome. He says Sabu live from the Nerd. I was downtown last night. Yes, Sabu is live in the world famous Nerd Bar. Welcome everybody. I know
the
it's been a
famous
little bit of
nerd bar in the
while.
world.
Brandon Woodward, welcome.
Yeah, I didn't see him. On.
We had a couple weeks of
Brandon
tech.
from Oklahoma on there?
Yeah, Brandon Woodward. Yeah, he's here. Yep.
Yes, one guy.
Yeah, Razor
One guy.
Jackson, first time in the
Hello,
chat.
Brandon.
Welcome. Ghost of KJ. He says no fucking way. Yes, fucking way. Sabu is here in the flesh. Here he's live on live at the Nerd Bar, but also live on Twitch. And you can also watch him on Thursdays, the same show, just a taping on Premier Streaming Network. So what were you saying about the Jesus character? What happened with him?
There's a Jesus, Fremont Street, we call him. And he dresses like Jesus all the time, but he gets beat up a few times. And got beat up about a year ago, then he got beat up again about a week ago.
What did he do?
He was trying to get away, ran into our courtyard, empty steps, and got beat up by 5 black dudes. What it was black dude was kind of not hitting his girlfriend, but talking bad to her, and looked like he was going to hit her. So Jesus said, leave her alone. They said, fuck you, Jesus. Chased him down. He ran into the courtroom, ran upstairs, and when he got onto the stairway to heaven, he tripped, and they caught him. Shit out of him.
What happened to him what did he get beat up the time before that?
The time before that, he was out on the street, the strip. I think it was around 4th of July, and something else was going on, and they just started beating the hell out of him for no reason. Like, they took offense to him dressing like this. I was saying to the people, what if it really is? Just in case, leave him alone.
Yeah, you never know.
Just in case.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, that's when you don't want to
And
get
I seen
wrong.
him again, and 3 people too. I go, are you Jesus? He goes, yeah. I said, I mean, the street Jesus. He goes, yeah. I said, look, that looks better than the Jesus outfit. At least it's safer.
Yeah.
He's a character. He hangs out here all the time.
Santana was reposting the video of him beating up the guy on Fremont Street the other day, the heckler.
Yeah, that is so awesome.
It's so
That's so
because
awesome.
I haven't seen it in a while, and
Fuck.
yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. If you watch, the guy's pulling his hair, so kind of that's made him look a little clumsy. But he was resisting him pulling his hair while he's choking him. He did it. It was great.
Yeah, it's really
awesome.
It was really impressive when you watch it. Like
Hey,
he's
I
fully.
got a little announcement. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you
Sorry.
go. Yeah, no.
The wrestling here, the guy who's running the wrestling here, tonight or tomorrow is his last day wrestling here at the Nerd. He's getting rid of the ring. He's going to bring in me and Santana's ring, and we're going to start taking over there and training guys. Which I want to do is like run a camps. Like every couple of months, I have a 1-week camp. People can come from all around the world, hopefully, and stay here a week, and I'll train them here at the bar every day.
Oh, that's awesome. Would that be something you would be open to taping, or you would do that just behind closed doors type deal?
It'd be behind closed doors, but also probably documentary type taping.
Do you have a crew ready?
Like
Or
I always said, I really can't teach nobody anything worth of shit in one day. It takes a few days. It takes years. But a week, I could do it better because I could teach them one day and teach them then the same thing the next day. Other get better at it and then move on from there. I hate promising something I can't deliver. I can't do it in one day.
right? Yeah, no, that makes sense. What would something like that
I
cost?
could tell stories. I could tell stories, but I can't make them about a wrestler.
Yeah, what would something like that cost to join like a program like that?
I don't know. I guess for the whole week, probably a couple grand,
Sounds fair.
$2,000. Yeah, other guys charge like $5,000, other shit like that. I think that might be too much.
You should be charging 10 grand. Discount your pod
Yeah, one guy
double.
maybe.
So that sounds pretty. When are you looking to start
Even
that?
if I could get 10, even if I could get 10 grand out of me, I would want it more affordable for him.
Gotcha. When are you thinking of starting that?
We're gonna get the other ring in here. I think in 2 weeks. Start shortly after that.
Where's that?
Yeah, he can't. That won't start for a while because I'd like to have a 2 or 3 month advertisements.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And 2 months from now, we'll have it like in February or something.
And where's this ring
When the
now?
weather's cold, the weather's cold everywhere else but warm here, so they'd like to come.
Yeah, where's the ring now that you're getting?
It's here at the Nerd Bar. Here, I'm gonna let you see. And you see the little curtain behind the curtain is the ring.
Oh, so that's a
Yep.
better ring than the one that's out there now?
It's not better. Yeah, just as good or better.
Oh,
Like
so
we're gonna do it from the ring next week.
gotcha.
The podcast.
Oh, sweet.
I thought this background is off.
Yeah, that background's awesome. Do you have any of your stuff back there?
On the other side, he's got a picture and a couple other things, but I'm gonna get him a pair of pants and a mannequin, so he can have a turban pant like he does of the guy who does the meth,
You said the guy.
Breaking Bad guy.
Oh,
He has
yeah,
a
yeah.
yeah. So I want to be next to him.
What's the Hall of? Well, I don't know. Is it a Hall of Fame? There's a picture online of like some kind of wrestling memorabilia type place, maybe even like a Hall of Fame, and it has a picture. It has a mannequin with your green pants on it. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
that's in Amsterdam, New York. The Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, not WWF or whatever. Just Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. It has amateur wrestlers in it and wrestlers from like the early 1900s. And you know, like Ed the Strangler Lewis and Gotch, guys like that, guys that Vince don't put in there.
Is there like an
Real,
actual?
real wrestling, the real wrestling influencer business. If it wasn't for those guys wrestling it is today, it wouldn't have progressed. At a time, at the Strangler Lewis, no one could beat him. So that he figured out if he let somebody beat him, he could draw more money with him, be mad.
Gotcha.
A lot of guys didn't understand that. He understood that. He was the best. Only way you can draw money is find someone who can compete with you. Like Mike Tyson for a while, no one could compete with him. I think he threw that fight on Buster Douglas to show he was invincible, but then never got it back.
Do they
What was it?
do they have like a yearly induction there, or is it just like how does that work?
I'm not sure. I think it's whenever they feel. I don't know. I know the one in Iowa, Dan Gable Dan Gable Wrestling Hall of Fame. They have pro wrestling and amateur wrestlers. That's every year, and they invited me to be in it, and I haven't accepted yet, but I will.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess we'll have to stay tuned.
But like, there's no trophy. Like they give you a plaque and whatever. But it's not like you're doing it for the money or you're doing it for ratings. You're doing it for the honor of being not a trendsetter, but making footprints in the wrestling world. Dan Gable, his son's a wrestler in WWF, but besides that, WWE, I mean, but besides that, Dan Gable's always respected pro wrestling, always. One of his favorite guys was Danny Hodge. He was a real shooter, but he was a little older than Dan Gable. When Dan Gable became a pro wrestler, that's when not Dan Gable, Danny Hodge became a pro wrestler. That's when Dan Gable pro wrestling.
Wait, say that last part again. You broke up.
Said when Danny Hodge became a pro wrestler because he was from Iowa and very respected as an amateur. When he became a wrestler, that's when Dan Gable, best wrestler in the world ever, became a pro wrestling fan.
Gotcha.
And Dan Gable's son, I think it's called his name's Chad Gable. He wrestles in
Yeah.
the.
We got we are QQTS. I'm not sure how he pronounced that, but thank you for the raid. Ash VPW, welcome. The Big Milkman, welcome. All right, so I pulled a couple matches for us to watch tonight. Oh, do you want to watch the thing? Oh, I don't have that ready, but there was that segment about the card. I'll find
The small
that.
card. Oh yeah, yeah.
Let
That would be awesome if you.
Yeah, I'll find that while we watch the first match.
Okay, man, that sounds great. I forgot about that. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Um, let's see if we get kicked off the internet for this, but this is from December 11th, 1995, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko versus you and Hiro Saito. How'd you get linked up with him?
Well, Pegasus Kid is Chris Benoit.
Yeah, but how'd you get linked up with Hiro Saito as a tag team partner?
How did I get hooked up with who?
With
Saito.
Saito.
Me and him and Chono started a heel company, Issei Hishigun, versus New Japan. So Pegasus and the other guys are New Japan. We are the heel rival company. Same company, but just we ran our own tours. Every now and then we did big shows with New Japan guys. We were supposed to be anti-New, but people liked us because we were the cool heels. Guys who wrestled with bloods. There's one. Demon. Why they call him Pegasus Kid? He don't wear his mask there.
Yeah, interesting, right?
Yeah. Or Wild Pegasus, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Wild Pegasus.
This Saito guy is in the ring because he has to do the job. I'm not good. That's his job. Everybody knows when he's loses.
Were you cool with Dean Malenko back here, or were you not a fan of his?
Was I cool with him?
Yeah, was he a nerd, or was he
No.
all right?
Early in this tour, they stuck to themselves until they found out I had weed. They all were banging my door down smoking weed. I go, well, you guys got to pitch in on it. They said, okay, never seen him again after that. Weed was expensive, so I said, I don't mind sharing it, but we're going to run out for 3 more lungs, so we got to pitch in and get them some more. Never seen him again the rest of the tour. One time, my friend took us out to eat. He was a press guy, Fumi Saito, and 6 of us went out to eat, and 3 of them invited themselves, Benoit Guerrero Malenko. And so we went out to eat. The check came, and the magazine guy was going to buy it. And I go, no, we'll split it. And they about flipped. They motherfuckered me for 10 years for that. Because I made everybody pay their share. Even though the magazine guy wanted to pay for it, I wouldn't let him. Because those guys inviting themselves are trying to take advantage of it. No, we'll pay for it. And we had to pay over $100 each. They were the maddest. They hated me after that. Didn't like me before that. They hated me after that.
So do you think that's why you didn't get along with Dean Malenko when you were in WWE?
That was one of the reasons. The other one, they didn't believe in me calling my shots. Like in these matches, they go, to put up these guys, and I go, I don't want to. They said, okay, you don't have to. You tell us what to do. Well, they have someone lose on my team, or I beat them, so that's why they gave me Aito. They're going to have me and Chono. That's why I don't want to lose, And it worked. I was testing the water. If they would have said, fuck you, lose or get out, I would have lost. But, I was just testing the waters. Those guys were saying that's not how the business is ran. I said, well, not how you guys do it.
Yeah, who are they to say?
And of course, these guys were good. Yeah, I have nothing against Malenko on being good or not. It was just his dressing room attitude. His bullshit that way. It had nothing to do with his work. His work was great. Although I don't want to work like him. It's boring, but there's a reason. There's a spot for a guy like him. Brother, where'd he go? Come get behind me.
また今日もかなり派手めのコスチューム、サブ。
But anyways, we never hung out outside the ring other than when I had pot. When I said they had to pitch in for it, I didn't see him again.
しかし正統派テクニックではこのマレ
And Eddie Guerrero would get drunk every night. He'd pick a fight with somebody. He would pick a fight. Hey, there's a skeleton.
Who do we got?
He'd pick a fight with Road Warrior Hawk almost every night. Road Warrior Hawk would knock him out.
Why would he?
Almost.
Why Hawk?
I'm not sure. They didn't like each other. And Eddie got drunk. He was a lush. Like, yeah. One time he tried to pick a fight with me. Oh, he was saying, hey, because he got mad about me trying to call my own shots. He started twirling my ponytail. What are you going to do about it? I said, I'm going to first push you off me. Then you're going to stop. Then he goes, is that right? So Hawk stepped in. Knocked him out. That was the story I had to tell you. Road Warrior Hawk was so cool. He volunteered to fight somebody for me. I didn't want him to, but and I didn't let him. Did it anyways.
Was that person Eddie or that was somebody else?
It was Eddie.
Oh, okay. So I was.
Anybody who was on those Japanese tours know how Eddie was. Anybody who knows Eddie knows how.
So what do you think it was?
Like, they praise his good wrestling, and so do I. But outside the ring, he was a lush. Once he got a drink into him, he kind of changed to another.
What made you and Hawk get so close? Was it just like a mutual respecting, or did he have something to do with?
I met him on the Independence, and everybody was criticizing me, and he goes, "What the fuck? You're the greatest I've ever seen!" And boom, 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 and then Animal seen me, and he was telling everybody how good I was. So I just came close with those guys. I don't know why. It was I guess he's my kind of guy,
Did you have anything to do with Hawk getting into ECW?
No, he was there. He was coming in already. But I wanted to wrestle him. I didn't want to wrestle him the way we did, but I didn't know he wasn't feeling good. We had a tag match. We didn't have much interaction. I didn't know he wasn't feeling good.
Gotcha.
But he put me over. Like he said, yeah, Sabu's the best and all this stuff. And nobody was saying that. Nobody was giving me the. And we hung out all the time. Ate every night together in Japan. Whenever we're in the same arena or the same anything, we always generated towards each other. Always make sure we were both okay. Like I asked him, he's okay. He asked me, am I okay? Kind of like Boogeyman. He's a boogeyman.
Oh.
Boogeyman on steroids. Oh, there go the ribs. Actually, that bump wasn't nothing.
Yeah?
It was absolutely nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to see that again.
Because when I hit the table, the grate moved. So it didn't, when those tables don't break, they don't hurt. It's just embarrassing. It's better than hitting the floor. But yeah, I took it sideways. It wasn't nothing. I said it broke a rib, but it didn't. If it would have broke a rib, I'd have been rolling around. I remember one time the guys were saying, why don't you wrestle like Benoit? He never gets hurt. You're hurt all the time. I go, you don't know how hurt I am. And if I'm hurt or not, I still wrestle. I said, and Benoit, he hurts me. His chops, his fucking bumps on the head, all that stuff, it's stiff. His powerbomb was the stiffest powerbomb I ever took. I took it from Hawk. I took it from Animal. I took it from Jim Neidhart. I took it from a lot of Tess. And Benoit's powerbomb was the stiffest. But every power he had into it worked. I took it from Eddie Guerrero. Perfect. Every bump I did with Eddie Guerrero was unbelievably good. He knew how to catch. He knew how to dive. He knew how to counter my moves. He was awesome. I want to hang out with him. Eddie was one of the smoothest guys I ever worked with.
Maybe next week.
And after I wrestled him as Black Tiger, And usually I'm in the ring and I'm faster than the guy I'm wrestling. You know, I make it that way, but then I eat up, let him catch up with me. But every time I shot at Eddie, he kept countering me faster than me. Finally, I go, damn you, bitch. And so after the match, I go, what, how you doing? You all right? He goes, you called me a bitch. I said, yeah, you know, the people who can hear me think I'm mad at you. Not that I really think you're a bitch. I just meant, damn you, bitch. But the punch. Because at that point, no one was quicker than me on the match. Not unless I let him.
Maybe next week we'll watch that match. We'll watch you versus Eddie.
Yeah, worth watching. Hey man, I missed Romeo, not Romeo. The guy we met on the cruise.
Oh, Rocky Romero?
He works for Rocky Romero. He was here the other day. I didn't know that.
Oh, so you didn't get
New
to see.
Japan was in town.
He just wrestled Mystico on AEW on, I don't know if it was on Collision or Rampage.
Mystico, the guy from Mexico.
Yeah. So I guess
Wow,
they have a
really?
big
Sweet.
feud going on in CMLL, and they brought it over, and I guess it was, you know, a pretty big deal to get them to get, I guess, two
Yeah.
CMLL wrestlers wrestling in America on AEW.
I like Rocky Romero.
Yeah, he was the
I
man on
should
the
have
cruise.
came. I should have came here, but that was the day I went to the hospital for my.
That was the day. What happened?
Went to the hospital for my finger when I got bit by the dog.
How's your hand doing?
Way better. Way better. But the thing was, I didn't know that was coming on the thing. Shit. I didn't see myself there really. Put me on my feet, but I didn't grab the rope. But anyways, the dog, I dropped the thing, a spoon with macaroni and cheese. The dog swallowed the whole spoon. I reached down the throat, pulled it out, barely with the tip of my fingers. As I almost got it out, he bit my finger, swallowed again, pulled it out, bit my finger, pulled it out, and finally, with my other hand, he bit that finger, and I got it out. And a couple of days later, the two pit bulls, they were fighting each other. So they wouldn't stop. So I dove on them, put my hand in their mouth, and to get them, one had him down by the throat, and hit the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But that's all right. It wasn't as bad as my finger. My finger got so infected. I was trying to cut that ring off, but thank God I didn't.
Can you take the ring on and off now?
Oh, but I can keep it. It's not bothering me now. And I know stainless steel is cheaper than silver, but they couldn't cut my ring because it wasn't silver. I thought silver's tougher, but I guess not. That wasn't the ring I wanted. It's what it meant. Melissa gave it to me as a little Superman thing on it. And where they tried to cut it was right next to it, so now I can do this.
Brandon Woodward asks, how was Benoit to you when you went to WWE in 2006? What was he like?
Nothing. Never talked. Barely said hello, and I liked it that way. And everybody thought I was an asshole because even Van Dam goes, "Why don't you like Benoit?" I said, "I just don't." You know, he goes, "Man, he's cool. He's this. He's that." I said, "No, he's not. He's a bully to the young guys. When he's not in a good mood, he lets you know it, and he overthinks all of his wrestling moves. Like he takes it too serious. One time he tried to say wrestling consumed his life. He let it. You don't think about wrestling on your days off. You let that slide so you're more creative when you come back. He thought about wrestling all the time. When he'd give me a clothesline, he'd go, "I'll give you a clothesline." Oh, wait a minute. An elbow. Oh, wait a minute. How about a forearm? Wait a minute. I said, anything you fucking want, just do it. That was just one example. He did that for about every move. He overthought every single move. And yeah, he's good, but don't take that. You know, you don't have to overthink every move. That kind of, you don't have to tell me. You do that in the match, whatever you're going to elbow, clothesline, forearm, whatever. That comes up on your own in the match. At that, you don't have to tell me.
Razor Jackson, thank you for the tier 1 subscription.
さあダブルノックアウト状態
The other day, this guy Kanimoto had a birthday. He was my rival in Japan, and I said I can't wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm not going to. I'm not even going to fake it.
How did you feel when they left for WCW? All these guys.
Thought that I was pissed because when I went, I got motherfuckered. When they went, they got praised for it. Yeah, what the people were saying. Not even you sold out. They were saying, "Good luck," or had a chant crowd, crowd chant, and "Good luck" and all this shit. But when I went, they motherfuckered me. Everybody, the boys, the fans, Paul, everybody, even these three motherfuckered me the most. Him, Guerrero, and Malenko. They during the show when they motherfuckered me, they went out, especially on the microphone, was pointing up saying "motherfuck me." When I called those guys 2 days before and said, "Hey, New Japan is giving me this, ECW is giving me that. What should I do?" They go, "Without question, New Japan. Don't lose your New or your Japanese."
Yeah.
So no, of course. About each guy, Taz, every one of them, even Public Enemy, which I didn't give a shit about, but they said, "What are you, stupid?" I go, "No, but Paul is pressuring me into giving this up, and I'm making 6 times the amount of money, and I have a regular job there, a real job." And they said, "Don't fuck it up, go for it." As soon as I did, they said, "Motherfucker." And it got me, those 3 left all at once. I took myself. I didn't take Fonzie or anybody or anybody. I took myself, and they motherfuckered me for it. But when they went, they got praised. Even actually, it was those 3 and Perry Saturn. Or
Where was
for
Perry
midgets.
Saturn at this time? Was he in
What's that?
ECW? Was he still in ECW at this time?
Yeah, he was in ECW, and he jumped with them. And when they went to WWF, he jumped with them.
Yeah. Did Perry wrestle in New Japan?
No, he wrestled for War, WAR.
Oh, I missed that finish.
War don't mean it means wrestle and romance. Like what the fuck? It's Japanese code. Wrestle and romance.
Yeah, okay.
The big guy there was called Tenru, very famous Japanese legend, very super guy. He actually liked my style. He called me New Wave.
Wait, you said Tenru liked your style, you said?
Yeah, Tenru. Yeah, he did. He's one of the older guys, but everybody, the other guys of his age, caliber, were saying, "You're not doing that shit with me, and let's do it." But he was super stiff though too. But he was a legend. Henry, he was a legend. He was a hell of a guy and a hell of a worker. I think he still wrestles today, and he's probably at least 10 years older than me, at least.
Razor Jackson says, shout out to Tenru.
And Tenru's a cool cat. I'd like to get this girl called Haley J on the show in the next few weeks. You did the thing for Netflix with El Snow, the wrestler, or something. El Snow's the wrestler, or the wrestler, whatever. But anyways, she has a ton of potential, and she actually asked me for advice, which made me feel good. I said I can give you better advice if we watch a match together on
Right.
Twitch, and advice that way. It's hard to. And she has, like I said, she has a ton of potential. And I met her 10 years before when she was about 14 or 15. Met her again, and she has it. Not a big girl, but she has it. And I like helping people I know who have it. But she doesn't have it all. She knows that. She was trained by Al Snow, I assume, but she needs to be trained by somebody who's been on top, not someone who's always been an opponent. Or not really trained, but critiqued. I look at things most guys don't. Even Al Snow don't look at it. They overlook it. That's what gets me the most is like all these guys, like Even John Cena, Brock Lesnar, even Van Damme, they overlook some of these things. What I see plain as day.
What's something that you watch now that people are overlooking? Like what would
A
be?
headlock. Sometimes a headlock. Some guys will have the headlock so loose that of course it'll look good, but that's just a finer point. But all things that even the fans probably don't notice, but I do. Punches, the way the guys punches and slap. Oh, if it's pretty obvious, you shouldn't do it. If you're slapping it,
So what's the name of the card company that did the?
Maxiteria.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, good job.
Maxiteria, out of New York. Very good guys. They said that. Oh yeah, there you go. Are you going to show the clip?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, they really put me over big, and I made history. And that's going to make Melissa's card value go up. I don't care about what there, but the one with Melissa was
I'm not sure when.
her first card. They had it graded by a real grade company. That means it makes it worth something. And how it is worth something is if I buy that, if someone wants to buy that from me, I said, I'm not going to sell for less than 10 grand. And they give me the 10 grand. Now that card is worth 10 grand. It's only worth it if someone paid for it.
Oh, look who it is.
That back in your pants. That was Malibu.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
He's very most wanted.
All right. Give me a sec while I.
Brandon, come on over here. I met this guy the other day at the third. He's a wrestler, young wrestler. Wants me to help him out. Glad to do it. Come on in here. Right here
How's
it
it
is.
going, everybody?
Hey, what's going on,
What's
man?
your name?
My name is Brandon Robert Acosta. I am currently with Dark Arts Wrestling here at the Nerd Bar.
We're going to change that.
I am 23 years old, born and raised in New Jersey, Jersey City. So, I love everything of
Okay.
meeting.
He likes girls too. So that's a plus. Well, believe me, I know that. I know a few who doesn't. But I'm going to start helping him out here. He has the right attitude. Oh, there we go. Can we see that? Can we
Yeah,
see that?
I'm getting it.
Yeah, you got to watch this.
Yeah.
And I wore it on the pay-per-view, so. Hey, don't say frickin'.
So I met up with Sabu again on the East Coast, and here he is holding
Listen.
up the CSG graded
Here.
Melissa Coates card. The fact that CSG is grading our cards is so amazing. So happy and grateful for that. When we asked Sabu to do the set,
Great on it.
he asked us to do a card for Melissa Coates, and we were absolutely honored.
We're trying to drop one set a year. We're trying to drop 2, 3, 4, 5. And in a minute, somebody's going to pick us up. Somebody's going to give us distribution. If not, we're going to keep going harder.
Sweet. So show everyone. Do you have the card on you now?
Yeah, I have this card, the one they're talking about. Another company made, which I love it, but they're not like using. These guys had it officially graded in front of my eyes with the grading team, whatever you want to call it. So that makes it worth something. But they were telling me the only worth is somebody. So say if someone pays 10 grand, now it's worth 10 grand.
Right. True.
So I'm gonna buy it myself for 10 grand. And sell it for 9. I would never sell it. But I do have a few other ones, the same grade, but one they graded was first of them, number one. So I'm not trying to make it worth something because it's always worth something to me. I'm just saying cool.
You got time.
The one with me and Onita, I'd like to make that worth something somehow.
Which is the one with you and Onita?
I'm giving Onita the camel clutch. I'm all bloody from my first barbed wire match. That was my very first barbed wire.
Oh, I didn't know that there's an official card of that?
Yeah, they just showed it on there. killed that one first. Didn't see it?
No.
I'm doing a camel clutch. I'm all bloody.
Oh, that
No
wait, that was
pants.
from that same company or from a different company?
Well, that company did that one also.
Okay, gotcha. I see
Same
what you're
company. That one I would sell for any, just because to get it out there and do. But Melissa's, I would nothing or anything.
All right, you got time for another match?
10 grand. Yeah,
All right,
I got another hour if you want.
I don't know if I have an hour, but we could keep you on.
I'm sorry. Whatever you say, man. He's actually a lawyer.
I apologize.
Sue me.
Speak of the devil, we got.
Hey, did I show you the back here? Did they get a look
Yeah,
at
let's
this?
take another look.
Pentagon,
Oh, yeah.
Tiger down there, Pentagon again, there's some clown, Billy Janela, Ultimate, Los Carlos Jr., which is Roberto Duray or something like that. What's his name? Roberto.
Alberto Del Rio?
Oh, Del Rio, him. When he was Dos Carlos Jr., he did a shoe company. But anyways, over here is some black dude, Brooklyn Brawler, Ribera's jacket like what you got, and then Cactus Jack and Rob Van Dam. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. We need to get some
And Doink the
Sabu in
Clown. They have other wrestling memorabilia around the bar.
Sweet.
Yeah, they have my picture and a few things on the other side. I'm gonna get up Cactus Jack.
Sweet. All right, we got another match. This is from.
And eventually, if you guys want to come down while I'm shooting this, it's free drinks.
Look at that. If you live in the Vegas area or you need a trip, come down to the Nerd Bar on a Wednesday, presumably.
Fremont Street.
I think we're going to be doing this now on.
It's on Fremont Street, right on the Strip. Great location and very wrestling friendly. Owner is a super guy,
I can attest to that as well.
and he has a mannequin of Breaking Bad, the real meth guy. He said that was the real suit he wore to hook up some meth.
Very cool.
I'm joking. They got a drink called Blue Meth here,
There you have it.
and Arabian Face Buster, and whatever name you want, change it. If you like a name, I'll change it.
All right, this is
Arabian Piss.
from 95 as well, June 13th. At maybe you can help me with this pronunciation. Shizuoka Industry Pavilion. Does that sound like something? It's Kanemoto and Otani versus you and Honaga. How's that pronunciation?
闘魂 V スペシャル早速試合に行きます。今回の解説はこの方です。重心サンダーライガー選手です。皆さんこんにちは。重心サンダーライガーです。よろしくお願いいたします。よろしくお願いします。元気そうですね。はい、毎日をエンジョイしております。1年間たっぷりと有給休暇
You recognize these guys?
ライガーがゲストということは当然ジュニアが中心の、今回の闘魂 V スペシャル。前回はねジュニア中心だと侍選手をゲストに
Wait, Sabu, I can't hear you.
しか言わないんでね。今回クビになってしまいました。
Trying to make the screen bigger. So
お姉ちゃんのケツをかけてる
yeah, that's the Prick County Moto.
さて、まず最初の試合は、
It's a little better.
静岡大会6月13日、静岡産業館での金本浩二大谷。
This is when they started cooperating with me after I beat them up.
はい、異色の対決という
So these guys were jerks at
サ
first.
ブに対してこの大谷金
Oh,
本
yeah.
因縁を持ってるっていうのかな。
They were jerks too.
なかなか
And like the office goes, they're bad boys. Teach them a lesson. I said, but aren't you supposed to tell them that? They go, yeah, but they don't listen. I said, what do you want me to do? They go, beat them up. I said, you sure? And he said, yeah. Matt Saito, he was a tough guy. And he told me this lesson. I did, and then they cooperated. The only thing was, I had to beat them both up one after the other, and I was tired. I want them to know that.
So that was during this match.
Not sure it was this match or it was one before this because it looks like they're cooperating.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
I rode them. I wouldn't get off them. I rode them like an amateur wrestler, wouldn't get up.
And who's this guy that you're teaming with?
Onaga. He used to be a pretty famous guy back in the day, junior heavyweight, but he was just the guy there to lose.
そうですよ。小永さん相変わらずの急所攻撃で。
He was my jobber.
おっちゃんはね、
Everybody was my jobber.
高まってくれますからね。
Everybody,
こう自由じゃなくて
they
ね
always lost except for
ま
Chono.
あ最高っていうかね、
はい。
これでもしっかりね、まだ新種目になりきってないサブをね、コントロールしてくれるんですけど。
うまくサポートしてますよね。
はいはいはい。
They cooperated. They always cooperated to the Japanese.
知恵出してね。
I'd always stiff them. But
はい。
they treated it like a half shoot. And I said, that's fine. You're not that good of a worker. Yeah, shoot with me if you have to. But the people don't feel when you break my bones or you get knocked out. People don't feel.
やっぱり試合前
You
に
want them to
結構
see
緊張してるみたいで
want
すね。
them to think that it happened.
え
た
Yeah.
だ彼本来はペガサスとね外国でやってる試合を聞くところによってすごい試合をしてるってんでね、
はいはい
まあ慣れてくれば
And the great Muda was so disrespectful. When I had an 8-man tag with him, I tagged in the ring when he was in there. He got out. Every time I got in the ring with him, he got out. He went to drop kick him, he knocked it down and tagged out.
どっから技が飛んでくるかわかんないんでね。
Like, what a wussy.
まだライガーはね、サブと
As of today, I never had a lockup with him or any kind of move with him. Everything
やっていただきたいな。
backed away from him.
ぜひやってみて。ただ今こう見てるとなんかバタバタしてるような印象があるんですよね、サブ選手。もう少し落ち着いてもいいんじゃないかな。お、嗅覚ですね。
今のはいいですね。
はい。
さて、金本大
Yeah, they were working with me this way. Otherwise, they would have dumped me on my head.
はい。
こいつには絶対負けたくないというのがあるんですけど、そういうの2人がタッグを組むと、すごくこう、
Yeah, why do you think this is from Razor Jackson? Why do you think Muda did
やはり
that?
こういうことも起きうるというね。
そうですね。
I don't know. He just didn't respect me.
見てますよね。
A lot of the New Japan guys didn't respect me at first because I came from a small company.
15年以上ありますしね。
They treated me like a major player.
とした好きなん
But
で
the
すよ
company would. But the boys didn't really like it. So I had to prove to each boy that I could wrestle. But they said to me, we're not paying you to wrestle. We're paying you to do your thing against our guys. If you wrestle, let's get something else. That's in that.
またホナー
Someone's
さん
got to tell
回
you.
復しちゃいますからね。
はい。
One time, one guy, forgot his name. He goes, Sabu, he can't it. I go, can't it what? He goes, you can't it wrestle. I said, I can't it. You can't do wrestle. What the fuck? I said, they're not.
チームとしての勝利を得たいとい
Do
う。
mat wrestle. Always let them get the best of them. So they started fucking with me. Stopped doing that, but then I went back to doing that. That was my style. He beat me at wrestling.
感じしますね。
The mat.
干渉なんですけど、ねえ、いまいちという感
It
じ
just,
の
it just beat Onaga.
お互いいいものを引っ張り出せる。
That one there, right there, he's Kanimoto. He was the biggest prick.
今日途中でいざこざになったわね。
'Cause he was a real amateur wrestler. He didn't agree with having me with him. But the office should have told him, you have to put the guy over. So I can put him over. Not put me over, but put it over. Eventually he got it. I seen him years later. He goes, hey, my Tomodachi, his brother. I said, fuck you, brother. You know, brother. So I understand that word. You're not it.
Who's? Oh, this is them training.
Like Liger, like those. Liger didn't move me in on it. It's that's just I'll figure it out. It's kind of silly because they're bringing me in as the top guy, having these young boys beat the shit out of me, which I think bad aims or bad workers. I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Up for it. Taking it away, duty take advantage. I never believed it. Buddy who, and sometimes I got out of hand, got mad, but I never took.
Just if you keep the mic close, we can hear you.
I don't want to cover up my
Oh, there you go.
exterior.
Well, I think that's all I have.
Weather's here is hey, the weather's here is fantastic. 71 degrees. My sister said it was 27 degrees with 5 inches of snow this morning. Michigan.
I think it's definitely going to be a brutal, winter on the East Coast and Midwest,
I'm,
everywhere.
I'm going to Michigan on the. I'm going to do an autograph signing at Rhino autograph signing
When's that?
November 9th. I'll be there from 9th to 15th. My sister's daughter got murdered. So what's going on? They don't have much word on how she was killed other than it was a homicide.
Yeah,
It is definitely a homicide. That's a
yeah, it's horrible.
tells me. She was 38 or 39, 2 twin boys, they're special kids. Would not kill herself. Because her boyfriend was only a boyfriend for a year. So there's no way she would say, okay, I'm going to leave the kids to you. There's no way she would.
Oh, how about I got one other thing maybe I could play on a lighter note. Bear with me one sec.
That Liger?
Here, hold on one sec.
That stand up.
Able to help keep my mental health a priority.
Steroid bodybuilder stand up.
After graduating college and now
Forgot
being
his
an
name.
adult, therapy is so
Oh,
beneficial.
Mike
So we talk about
Metzger
the things going
or
on.
someone else?
Well,
thank
did
the
you have
fans.
No,
Sabu
not
in your
like
kitchen, or
Metzger.
did you make him?
And something. It don't matter.
Yeah, we can.
That's my.
Here, check this out. It's a little fun
That's
story from your time in New York not too long ago when you came down for Creative Pro.
Yes. With Brian,
Yeah.
my best buddy. With Brian Myers.
Yeah,
I even said, it was one of my best experiences in wrestling. Because
wait, what was that?
I said, made a comment. I thought I was sending a private message to here's public Twitter.
Oh, gotcha.
That thanks for the weekend. It was a good one of my best experience in wrestling. Even Pat Buck wasn't so bad. Yeah. I didn't say Pat Buck, I said
Yeah,
So-
so let's.
it wasn't so bad. I didn't talk to him.
A coffee?
And I want to know all about this. Tell us about this.
After the river. Who's got
Oh, where do I
river?
begin?
Oh,
Me and
that's
my
major
friend Sabu. So, shit. Do you want to hear about the possum?
Sure. Tell me about the possum.
I think my broski raccoon karma.
Dylan Possum?
No, Dylan Possum still. I think my broski raccoon karma caught up to me
That's right.
last week. Actually, it was a week ago. Last Tuesday morning, I do what I always do. I take my kids to school. I load up all the whatnot packages. I drop them off. I come back. I bring like the empty like mail bins to my garage where I store all my whatnot stuff and whatever. So I've had like a reusable like shopping bag that I've been filling with Sabu stuff because I know Sabu's coming. So I was in
Send me that video while you're talking. Can you do that?
it's in our chat, and I deleted it in my phone. So you can scroll through the chat.
right,
So
I'll
scroll
see
through
if
the
I can
chat
find
while
it.
we're talking. You'll find it. So I'm in doing my stuff, like organizing my room in a frantic, and I went to move the bag to get out of the way to do something else, and I literally dude, I'm so grossed out even talking about it. Like pretend my mic is a possum. I went like
Yeah.
this.
You touched.
I touched it. So like my heart is beating on my chest. No! So what the? And I'm like immediately, I don't know why. I thought like Liz and the girls played a trick on me or something. Because I grabbed it and nothing happened, right? So I'm like, and I call Liz. I'm like, did you play a prank on me? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, nothing. I hang up on her and I'm like, now I'm back to frantic. And it's fairly high up and it's a box of collectibles. So I can't just like whack it or like knock
Yeah.
it to the floor or whatever. So I'm like, my mind's going a million miles per hour. Finally, I grabbed this like weird thing that like is like a drain cover in my yard. Dude, I Roger Clemens hum it at it. Nothing happens. I'm like, God damn it. So then like in my garage, I find like an old stickball bat that I have in there. And now I'm like giving it a pretty good like whack. Nothing. I could see it like
Not the
belly up.
possum, the bag. You're nailing the bag, right?
nail in the bag, but I'm trying to wake this possum up. I could see
Yeah.
him just sleeping, breathing, like belly going up a little bit, like fangs, teeth in the air.
Oh,
Skeeving
my
me
God.
the fuck out. So then finally, I'm out there. Now I weave through and I get the straps of the bag. So it's hanging on the end of the stick like a hobo on the move.
Yeah.
And I freaking bring it out to my driveway and I just dump it out. And this thing, and that's what the video, if Mark finds the video. Okay, oh, God. There it is, just sleeping on top of Sabu merchandise.
What is it?
It's a possum.
raccoon.
Dude, I'm so gross even thinking about it.
It's a possum sitting on
Wow.
top of your,
And then if
your
Mark gets the next
merchandise. He
video,
wanted you to.
that's-
But he gets into the story
I
of
dump
meeting
over the
you.
bag,
told
push
me
the
about-
bag over, and it just
Yeah, he told me about
slowly
that, I
gets
forgot.
out, looks at me, could care less, and like wanders off. Ew.
It's so big. Now your gate's not open, so you're like, how's he gonna get out?
Dude,
Right?
and then there was this little hole there in the fence,
Oh, that's how he got in.
but then it leads back out. But then also, he was in my garage. I was going like possum crazy after looking it up. Like, there's no, the food would be in those garbage bins.
How did he get
wasn't
in the
there.
garage?
There is no food in my garage. There is no food scraps. Like, there's nothing. I don't know if he was like sick
I
or
wonder-
tired or something and just needed a place to crash. And then I realized there's like a rubber stopper at the bottom of my thing, and he pushed like through it to get in. I've since like
Yeah.
fixed it or whatever, but
Damn.
dude, I've been a week. Every time I go in there now, I'm like a ninja. Like
I
I'm
would
looking
be
around
too.
like, oh God, it
There
really
you
messed
go,
me
Brandon.
up. Even though I did look up
Fucking
like
possum.
possums are virtually harmless. They don't have rabies apparently, and wasn't fun though.
Harmless to the bite.
Sabu
Insane.
comes over. You make him a Keurig coffee.
By the way, I had to like.
Shawnee, by the way, says possums play dead.
It must have been what
Yeah,
he was
play
doing.
possum, duh.
They are awesome to have around. They eat
course.
ticks and shit.
So, by the way, all that Sabu birch, I had to like take it out. I Lysoled it. Dude, there was like dirty, like I threw the
Why
bag
didn't you
out.
take it to the middle of the lake, Aaron Band?
Oh, my God.
I just have a lake. What am I
Dump
gonna
it in the middle of the lake.
Oh, broski style and just waterboard it until it was dead.
Stop it. He's just
Waterboard it.
That's what broski did. He
YouTube watchers listening
chunked
to
it
this.
underwater. So anyway, back to Sabu. Sabu lives in Las Vegas. Creative Pro is on a Friday night. Anytime I bring in a big name, I try to shop them around to other people like Brian Sokol, Golden Ring Collectibles, shout out, or K&S. They do virtuals because then it's like we're both using the talent, but it's not in competition to what I'm doing because it's a virtual signing. People will still come locally and see them at my show. I feel like it's the best of both worlds. K&S was jumped all over it. I said, sweet. That way I get to split the flight costs with them. Everyone gets what they want. It's a wonderful thing. I'm looking up these flights. There was no flight from Vegas to New York that could get him in on Friday, like early enough to get all that done and then come to the show. So then I was kind of thinking, well, it is Sabu. I love him, but he's not the most reliable. So to get him in Thursday would be fantastic anyway. They'll K&S got a motel out by them. He crashes, he wakes up, he does the signing, gets some lunch and comes to the show and all's well. I'm like, this is great. So I got him a nice Comfort Plus seat, Delta, Vegas, an 11 a.m. flight from Vegas to New York that would have landed at 10 p.m. He had the dude, Joe Fuji, was gonna pick
11
him up.
a.m. It lands at 10 p.m.
Yeah, with the time
Yeah.
change, 6
Well,
hours, and then you lose 3. It's 9 hours.
Holy shit.
So all's well. He texts me during the day, Thursday, I fucked up the booking. And I'm like, my heart just sank. I'm like, oh no. And I understand it's Sabu, and you kind of are risking things like this when you book them. You know, I'm like, no. So then I'm like, what did you do? What's going on? He goes, I just missed the flight. I don't know. I never really got the full information how he just missed it, but he just missed it. So I couldn't believe this. He sat in the Vegas airport for 12 hours on standby. Finally gets on a red eye, lands at 6 a.m. New York time. Now, all the
shit.
people from K&S have to go to their real jobs. And they can't get them or nothing. And I said, dude, I got to like wake up and be dad. I got to take my kids to school, but I'm free at like 9 and I can go get them. So he sat at JFK for another 3.5 hours.
Holy shit.
I go and get him at JFK 9:30. Luckily, shockingly, there was no traffic. I grab him. I'm kind of expecting the worst of the worst. He was in the greatest mood of all time. Like, unbelievably pleasant. Awesome. I was like, dude, we have time to kill. Like, no one's at the signing yet. Like, so I took him to a diner. He wouldn't let me pay. He bought me breakfast. We had the diner in Freeport. We ate.
Introducing custom T-shirts. Sticker Mill makes it easy to turn any design into a
get the
custom
stunning
shirt.
conclusion.
Promote your business, rally your team.
We ate. Awesome conversation, hanging out, talking. Then we still had like an hour to kill. I was like, you want to just come to my place? I have stuff that I need you to sign anyway. That way I don't have to bring it to the show. Made him some coffee. Hung out in my kitchen. I showed him the toy room.
What did he say about the toy room?
Oh, so you guys we walk in. He goes, "Oh, so you're a mark, huh?" But in like a good way. I think he was like flattered and honored to be honest with you. So and you can see that Sabu ECW Series 1 behind me here if you're watching along. He got a better version of that now, like a way nicer blue paint pen one that pops. That's really cool. So just an awesome experience. Then at Greater Bro, he also was like, I can't wrestle, right? I'm like, oh no, I only booked you to do this like meet and greet at the show. I was like, I would like you to do something on the show if you could like throw a chair or whatever, and he did it. It was freaking awesome. He threw a chair awesomely. He threw a chair at Kip on the show.
Great video.
Yeah,
That's a
got a
great
big
video.
pop. He was just just awesome, man. Just awesome to deal with, and it was just like one of those things. Like I've met Sabu so many times, like hello, goodbye situation. To finally have like a cool experience with him and a really good experience too. Was pretty cool for me.
That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
Good show.
Well, so I got
We
one
were
more.
all like, wow, Sabu in your house. I mean,
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, he had, I remember
And,
he
like-
had issues with Pat.
And
stuff at
obviously, like I
WrestlePro.
just told the story, like none of that was planned. Like he was never supposed to come over. I was never supposed to spend any time with him. I was literally just going to see him at the show and nothing. So it was kind of a happy accident.
That's
So
cool.
join the community at majormarks.com.
So
I had a good time. They treated me very well.
yeah, that
He treated me.
was an awesome event, and he kept coming up to you at the show and being like, "Hey, you can leave if you want. You were having a great time." Chris Chetty was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Of course, you were there.
I was there. Yeah, we had a blast, and we went out to eat after, and it was awesome. Always awesome to get to hang out.
But anyways, they treated me very well, and I was in a good mood because I was there waiting 4 hours.
Wait, what was it? You were waiting 4 hours on what? Wait, keep the mic close so we can.
I was happy. He said I was in a good mood when he picked me up because I was happy somebody picked me up. They go, some guy's gonna come get you. Oops. And he couldn't make it. And Brian goes, I gotta take my kids to school first. I don't know, you're gonna be a while. And it was a while, but I made the best of it, and all right. But the thing was, I didn't miss my flight. It took me a long time to get security, and I was too late to board the flight. They wouldn't let me board the flight 20 minutes late.
Right.
Because by the time I got there, they closed the gate right in front of me. But anyway.
Yep, I remember you were texting me when that was going down, and you were like, I'm just gonna, because there was another
Yeah,
flight
but
you were trying to get on.
I'm so reliable. That
What was that about being reliable?
I didn't like what he said me about not being reliable. I'm as reliable as anybody. Sometimes anybody misses a flight.
Yeah.
And I heard guys say, I no showed on purpose. How could I make a living? I no showing up. My job is to at least show up. I've never ever got up in the morning and says, I don't think I'm going to work today. Never done that. Things happen where I couldn't make it.
True.
Or something. Never ever, I swear to God, said, no matter what condition I was in, if I was booked, I demand.
So
Never got up and said, I'll take today off, I'm booked. I would never do that. I don't get paid that way.
Well, I'm still waiting on an excuse why you no-show two of my birthday parties. So
I was drunk.
Well, Mark from Buffalo just came by. Says his connection sucks. Is that on our end or your? How is our connection coming? Otherwise, for other people, is it okay?
You sound perfect, Josh.
It sounds good
But
on your end.
if anybody knows who Haley J is, let's hear what you got to say. If I should get her on the show.
Yeah, we'll put in like a.
Somebody else they want. There's somebody they recommend. Let's hear what who they want. Who they'd like me to.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a Twitter post this week, and maybe we could see from the the entirety of your your Twitter or X followers and see. Sabu's voice was in out. Yeah, his mic's a little choppy right now, but it's way better than what we were experiencing last week. Thank you everybody for tuning in. It's awesome to hang out with you, and always a pleasure and awesome to hear Sabu speak.
Apologize for the last 2 weeks.
But we will be back, and we'll see you next week. Sabu, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll watch some Sabu versus Eddie Guerrero next week. How about that?
If anybody interested, a shoot at 5 o'clock Las Vegas time. You come, free drink.
At the Nerd Bar. Yeah, we'll make an announcement on that too.
And if you come, you want a free drink, and I'll interview you on air if you.
Oh, sweet. All right, awesome. Thank you, Sabu. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, brother.